Welcome to my house. Buck here. Back with another one in our beginner series, the beginner's guides. This one here's the next one in line, Fishing Techniques 4. Today we're going to talk all about surface lures. Probably one of my favorite ways to fish. There's something about that strike at the top of the water, the surface when it hits. Now, it's a little tough. I'll say that. It's a little bit tougher. Takes a little more practice to get your timing right, and you'll get frustrated at first with these surface lures. It seems like you miss a lot of them. Never give up the fight. You'll get it down. It's a matter of timing. It's a matter of knowing when to tug. And then there's always, you're always going to get that bite that'll, a rod stand could land. And, they're just going to hit it and hit it hard and run. And but that's what's so nice about this technique, this way of fishing, because it's you against that fish. You're enticing that fish out from where he is. There's a lot of hesitation involved in this type of fishing, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the different type of surface lures there are, or as well, we've got walkers and poppers and toppers. So we'll talk a little bit about them. We'll jump over later. We'll jump over to Lone Star. We'll go through a couple of the techniques over there real quick. I'm not planning on catching a whole lot of fish. If you look at the bottom down in the description, I'm going because I have a lot of in the mastering series. We did a lot of videos on surface lures, so I've got links to all of them down there. We start off talking about walkers extensively in the bait shop on August 26th. If you fast forward up to 22 minutes 40 seconds there, I actually get into the walkers. So I got a link down there for that one. The Mastering Series Trophy Bass 3. We went after them with walkers. Predator Carp, topwater lures there. We did walkers, poppers, and toppers on that one. The Salenge Hunt was the mouse lure. And then South American topwater, again, was poppers and toppers. So there's links down there to all of those vids. You can get down there and get more in depth. You can actually see the different waterways and different styles and what we did to grab those guys up. Now we're, let's see if I got, oh boy, it's a good thing I looked over there. We don't want that up there, now do we? We don't want that up there. Why are you doing mine? Oh, that's what we want. And get rid of that. That cleaned up pretty good. All right. So, now with these topwater lures, there's two ways to deliver this bait. You can either do it via a spinning rod or via casting rod. Those are the only two things in this game that will allow you to present this bait. So I'm going to mainly stay concentrated. What we're going to work with today is the spinning rods with this. And the reason I do that is for the simple fact that I don't particularly care for the bait casting rods. Now, this one here is not too bad because of the fact you do not have to retrieve the bait quickly. You're playing with it on the surface more than anything. However, where the casting rods falter is when you actually hook up and you need to retrieve, and your recovery rate is much slower on a casting rod than it is a spinning rod. So I prefer to actually use, if I'm going surface fishing, unless I'm using something very large, I'm going after something very big, I kind of stay away from the casting rods just because of the recovery on the reels, and that's it. Now, as far as the sticks go, let's talk about that a little bit. If you're dealing with spinning rods, now spinning rods are going to cover your ultra lights, your light power, your heavy power, and your extra heavy. You're not going to get anything medium in a spinning rod. Not in this game. They don't have anything there. You're not going to find anything medium powered. If you want to fish medium powered, then you're going to have to go to a casting rod. And your mag fin makes a jester. They make a light, a medium light, and a medium. Then the Farcaster, they make a Farcaster that's a medium also. And Gary Scott has a couple of medium light powered rods. That you, if you wanted to go something into medium range. Other than that, you're going to go with your flagman, your magfin, your river techs. We all know our river techs. The Nordic gods. You got your Thora, your Zeus, Thetis, Loki. So those are all great. River tech makes a good. They make a good one. And of course, they come back in and make the Nile Chaser. River Tech makes that's our big heavyweight, the Nile Chaser in the spring rods. But then they turn around and make a very heavy rod that's light powered, and that's the River Spear lineup. And it's good you should grab yourself one of those River Spear gears. Really nice to have, very lightweight. You're not throwing anything more than a quarter ounce with that thing, but you're in the 50-pound range, 50, 52, and 57. So that's a really nice stick. It's a secret weapon. Now the other one, and we might as well, let's jump over there now, Buck. Okay, let's get over there. Let's take a look. All right, make this go back to where it is, so you know what. Okay, in case we have to change anything. All right, let's take a look at these surface lures. There you are. All right, now the surface lures. We'll start off with the walkers down here at the bottom of in alphabetical order is the walkers. Now there's 3 different types of walkers that you can get in the game as far as the colors go. All right, and that's a natural, a perch, and a matte acid. Now the perch and the matte acid tagger, you got to pay Bitcoin for. The only walker that you can get in this game that you can pay currency for is the natural. It's the only one. Everything else, and they all come in a lot of different sizes. You can see I've got a bunch of them here in the different size walkers. But if it's not a natural, you're going to pay Bitcoin for it. And the only other one that you can buy are the mouse lures. Now you can buy the black ones in the store for currency, but if you want the gray ones, it's Bitcoins. So that's how that works with the mouse lures. And again, they're a walker too. And of course, in the game, we have a ton of different walkers. You've got your vampire mouse that comes along in you get that in one of the challenges and the missions that you do. The stout walkers come along in the St. Patty's Day deal and the DLCs there. And the Shamrock duck walkers. Again, that's one of the Selenge River deals, I believe there, if I remember correctly. The Patriotic Walker comes in the 4th of July deal. So there's a lot of different walkers in this game. The Jolly Walker in the Christmas event. And then we have our frogs and frog poppers. So you've got a ton of them in-game and rainbow jump ones that come in the different DLC packages. And the different challenges, you get X Series and Trophy Walkers, so you have the Frog Poppers, and again, they're pretty much. And these I'm not gonna take a ton of these with me over there. A lot of these poppers are worked the same damn way, whether it's a frog, a popper, a major popper. It don't matter. You work it the same way. And so this is just a preference of if you're in the weeds and lily pads, you want to throw frogs. If you're going after pike of that nature and bass. So that's that part of that deal. And I think that's all of the walkers that we got. Yeah. Oh, no, then there's up here we got the toppers. So you've got your Christmas poppers then, or smaller ones, trophy poppers, your toppers. They come all again in different sizes, weight classes. And again, DLCs, your Santa's Milks, major poppers, and then you have and there's even the smaller poppers. Where are the little tiny poppers? I don't even know where they are. I have a couple of them in here too. Major popper and mini poppers, I think they call them. I don't know what they're called. They're in here somewhere. I don't know. Maybe they're all the way at the bottom. I don't know. I don't know where they're at. I know there's a smaller one in here somewhere. I think I have one in the backpack. There it is. Popper pint. They even got a popper pint. Little 1 ounce guy through. All right, so that's all the difference. Now I just brought a couple of them with us. We'll go over there. We got a major popper with us, a popper pine, a regular popper, toppers, We've got a couple of frogs here, the mouse lures, stouts, and a couple of walkers. So with that, we're going to jump over to Lone Star and go through a couple of these retrieves on how to work these guys. And then, like I said, more in depth, you can go ahead and hit the links at the bottom of the description and take you right to the specific videos that we were shooting when we did them specific. So with that, I'm going to pause this thing until I get everything over there on Lone Star, and we'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back here. We're on Lone Star. So let's jump down there and go fishing real quick. Oh, you should have done that first, Buck, before you did the unpause. I'm so sorry. All right, we'll be back. Oh, that was quick. All right. Oh, Buck, have you come here today to get your worms yet? No. There we go. Get your worms, buddy. Put that pole up. All right, let's go over here. We can just, this will be good enough right here in the middle. We'll just hit up somewhere in the middle here. Where are we at? All right, this looks pretty good. Step over to the left a little bit, get away from that horn work. Yeah, because bass like to hit right. They like to hit up there, right up front. All right, let's take a look at what we got here, inventory-wise. Down here. All right, well now, guys, what I brought was my jig winner. All right, and this is one of your better spinning hook rigs weapons in the game. Jig winner 810 with reamer 5000. That's 13-pound stick, 14-pound engine. Now, I had a little bit of a predicament here. What we should do I have it? Do I have 12-pound here? No, I didn't. Oh, I wanted to do that before we left because I don't have 12-pound mono. All right, here's a predicament with this, guys. I want to explain this to you. If you're running topwater lures, you kind of want to run monofilament, not fluoro. Fluoro sinks more, so because you want everything to float on the surface. So, like, what do I got here? Fluoro here. Now on this stick here. Now I grabbed this guy, this Lucky Spin 810. This is the DLC with a Lucky Reel 6500. This is a real sweet setup. You can only get this in the DLC. This is the top-notch Loki. This is the Loki 810. However, the Loki only goes up to 26.5 pounds, right? They added an extra 2 pounds on the end of that Loki, which makes this a real sweet stick, right? So he's up there to 28.5, and they perfectly match the reel, the 28.6. So you got a 28.5 stick, the 28.6 engine, and unfortunately, they give you 28-pound test, this is a beautiful setup. But if you're down here in this setup here where I want to be here, now there's no problem here with the Thora. Now I've got a Thora here, the 9.6 21-pounder. I've got a Big River 6500 19-pounder. Now I'm running 20-pound mono. And 20-pound they make a 20-pound mono, no problem. They do not make a 15-pound. You can get 16 or you can get 12 in the floor or in the monocarbon. You cannot get a 15-pound mono. So I was going to just throw 12-pound on here and just run 12-pound for this for today, but I didn't. So we're stuck. We got fluorocarbon on here. Not that big of a deal, but if I was going out fishing on a trip, I would make sure that if I was going to run surface lures, I'm running mono, not fluorocarbon, because fluoro sinks. So you want the lightest line you can get. But anyway, that's what we got here. This is the sticks, and we're not going to catch any fish. Hopefully not anyway. I just want to go through a couple of the retrieves for you guys, and we'll get this done quickly. All right, so we're going to start off. We got just a regular old walker on here on the jig winner, and I'll give you targets, guys, so you can see what's going out the whole way. And we'll just throw out here. Hopefully I can get my zoom will be actually big enough so you can see the thing. All right, yeah, that's not too bad. All right, where are we at? We set it on a 1-speed. All right, now you definitely want to work. Very rarely do I ever bump these up to a 2-speed. And that's just because a walker is meant to mimic a wounded animal on the surface. It's not meant to to mimic a healthy fish swimming around. What walkers are meant. Now, something about a walker, and in real life, if you get your rhythm down right, these lures will move to the left the first time you pull it, and to the right the next time. So they're actually walking across the water, and that's what they do. So you're gonna left and then the right mouse button, and it moves to the left, and now it's going to move to the right, and left. That's what a walker does. It walks back and forth. So that's kind of what you're trying to get it to do, is just walk a couple times and I'm tired, I hurt. And then maybe just give a right click to get it to move a little bit, and then tighten your line up right away, because a lot of times those fish will hit when you're just sitting there. You just hit it with a right mouse button and move it, but get your line tightened again. And then you walk it again, and then walk it, and maybe walk it a couple times. Give it a little hesitation in there, and then stop. There he is. Boom. Well, we missed it. But that hesitation is what made that fish hit that lure. Oh, wait there for it. There he is. Boom. We got it. All right, so that's basically how you're going to work a walker, and it doesn't matter. I mean, you hit it over in here somewhere, and a lot of times you just want it to drop down in there, give it a little twitch, and let it sit. Let it draw that attention, and maybe just hit it with your right mouse button and twitch it again, and then tighten it up right away, because you want to be ready for the strike. It's just the mood that you're in. Walk it a few times. And I've decided, okay, I'm going to walk it up, 10, 20 feet. And, there, see, if I'd have hesitated right there, they'd probably had him. He hit it while it was moving. We didn't have him. There's he coming. There he is. Yep, we missed him. There's no hesitation in my system. But it's... Come on, let's go. Wind up. All right. So that's basically a walker, and that's all you got to do with it. Is just float it around, let it run for a little bit, and hesitation is gonna that's gonna be the thing that where you add your hesitation at. You give them an enticement, and they say, "Oh, I'm going after that," and then it stops. They stop for a minute. You work these lures. Don't ever. There he is. There. Boom. I mean, work them all the way to your feet. It's been going on a lot lately. I'm contributing that to the club fishing. Yeah, work these lures lures all the way up. Don't give up just because you're here. There's plenty of bass right in here, and you kind of give it that stop and hesitation right there, and you'll nail him up. All right, let's grab the next one in line here. What do we got here, Buck? Oh, a topper. Now, toppers, a little bit different. You kind of want to work these guys like the mouse lures. So we're just going to throw out here again in the middle. Not so much a twitching motion where you're moving it back and forth. This guy basically has got a blade in the front. It's supposed to turf up water. So you kind of want to work this guy with a stop and go. They run across the top. There he is. Oh, we missed him. But he's got a little blade in the front of him, and he's got a little tail blade. So he kind of turfs up the water, and you just give him a stop and go with hesitation. I caught a couple of nice bass over here a little bit ago. I was making sure that all these damn lures would catch fish. This is the new one. This is the new club series topper. So I didn't want to come out here and throw this on here and not know if it would catch fish. It does. It catches fish. So the toppers again, it's you getting in rhythm with where you're at on what waterway, the fish you're after. is. He took it. Uh, and again, they'll do this. They'll take that lure if you don't hit them at the right time. Now, this is a great lure for detainment. Drag this lure down there in Mongolia across the water like this. You're also going to hit the Lennox, hit this thing. Now, this one here doesn't make. I thought at first, because. Let's jump over here real fast. Grab one of these other toppers. Maybe just here because of the Lone Star. But I always thought that these guys here, when they first come out, they actually splash more than that bubble. That's about the same. Must have toned that down in the update because I used to tear up the water a little more. You had bubbles and stuff splashing out of them. No, I use them a lot at Salanga. All right, so that's your topper. It's basically a stop and go with hesitation in there. What was the next guy that we had up here? Poppers. All right, popper. This is a fun lure to fish with, guys. Real fun lure to fish. This guy here, you can run this one of two ways. Normally, I run most of these things all on one speed. If the bite doesn't seem to be happening, I might run. If it's a long cast, I'll run 2-speed for the first 40, 50 feet, and then drop down to a 1-speed. So I alter my speed pattern in the same retreat. But I don't normally run the whole thing on 2-speed. It's kind of quick because I like to use high recovery reels. And so I want to keep mine down on a 1-speed. Now, if you're using a bait caster and you're using these lures, of course, you're going to bump it up to a 2-speed so you get to draw the action that you need from that lure. So bait casters automatically bump up to a 2 immediately. All right, so let's take a look at these poppers. I have one on there. Where's the popper at? Oh, there he is. Now he's popping. You can see how this is a heavier popper. And just basically you're drawing in with your right mouse button and then giving it a pop with the twitch. And this is with a heavier stick. Let me show you the action you can get behind this in a bit. Go down to a smaller pole, throw Dora. Third, yeah, we can get this. Now, this reel setup, and I'm just running on a 1-speed. Just boom. And I'm not even flipping it. I'm just stop and go, and it's popping it. Stop and go. Without a twitch. You get the right lure setup. This is 1 1/3 on a Thoro. And you can play around with these different sizes of poppers with your different gear setups, and you'll get to master them down to which poppers you like to run certain ways in different waters and different current. Now we're on Lone Star, not much of a flow here, but again, you can Same thing, just a little pop here. And if you're not getting that pop every time, a lot of times it's just where you have the tip of your pole at in reference to the lure. Sometimes you have to lower your stick. Sometimes you got to raise it up depending on how far away you are and at what angle. Get it to pop. But with the game, as long as that thing's up and down like that, it's popping. And I'm not even flipping it at that point. I'm just pulling the trigger and release. That's how you work these guys. Again, variation and hesitation. You add the hesitation in there. So if you're here on Lone Star, you definitely want to be running ultralight gear, not 28-pound gear, for sure. That's it with the poppers. All right, so we went over walkers, went over the poppers, and again, the popper pints are the same thing. That. All right, let's go to another one now. Let's go over here. What we got left? That one. But let's do this guy here. I want to show you guys that anyway. Now this is the mouse lures. How you work the mouse lures? Well, these mouse lures, you gotta be careful with them because they're goofy as hell. Right? I did a lot of research on these things, supposedly, when I first got this thing, on how this is supposed to work. Now, if you start to just flip this thing, it dances around in circles like an idiot. You know, what does that mimic? Absolutely nothing on earth that I know of. All right? And it spins around like a top, and it was just like I had a lot of difficult time even trying to get it. Now, attainment, of course, you hit that in the right spot at the right time. You can throw a piece of bread out there and he's going to hit it. But according to all research with this thing, the way it's meant to be worked, and I started working it that way, and I did increase my catch rate. Right? And the way I've been working them now is slow rate, pretty much like a popper. I'm just pulling it, stop and go. And once I get it going, then I give it a little twitch. Don't get it going again. Don't get it dancing too much. It's supposed to mimic a mouse scurrying to the shoreline. So it's it's supposed to wiggle according to everything that our design documents on this lure. I don't see that it wiggles that much. However, I've actually caught 2 bass over here pulling it just straight across when I was practicing over here a little bit ago with this trophy mouse. I don't usually use my trophy, but it worked. I like to just give it a little bit of one and then get her running and hesitate it. That's kind of what I was doing. Give her a little bit of one and run it and pull it. Snag there. What? We don't. All right, guys, that's the mouse lure. Let's go back to that. Forget anything. That patriotic walker is just a regular walker. No problem there. And again, your frog poppers and bounce. Yeah, and your frogs. Like. Really the last one. And over there, we'll throw him over here. Again, I work the frogs pretty much the same as a walker because they're gonna swim left, right. Swim in them. It's the same pattern as the walker does. left and right. As you hit it, it's going to go back and forth. Now with these frogs, you can step them up a little bit and give them, you'll get a little more of a jump out of him, which is more realistic of a frog. You know, at first step, he's going to jump. He's going to move a little bit quicker. So it's no big deal there. Again, fellas, it's the couple of movements and give it that hesitation. That's really going to work for you. You're gonna. Up. All right. We got 31 minutes to go. All right, guys. Just up. I hope that helped you out a little bit on these surface lures. We kind of went through the gambit of them there, went through the sticks that you need to use for them there, and went over some of the procedures. So like I said, check out the description down below. There's a link to each video where we specifically went after certain fish with each one of these lures. Remember, never ever give up the fight. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.